close your eyes and imagine a boater. Who do you picture? Chances are you're probably thinking of a middle-aged white man. You can go ahead and open your eyes if you haven't done so already. People are typically quite shocked when they hear that I, an 18-year-old girl, am a boater. They are even more surprised when they learn that I've had a boater's license since I was 14 years old. In my hometown of Sandusky, Ohio, I work at a marine fuel station. I enjoy chatting with the customers as they pump anywhere between 20 to 200 gallons of gas in their boats. We talk about the weather, fishing, the islands, and naturally boating. Oh, I have a boat too, I tell them. Normally they respond with something along the lines of, what kind of boat does your family have? Do you hear the issue with that statement? People are quick to assume just by looking at me that I'm not capable of being a boater. I politely correct them and say something along the lines of, well, I have a Scout. I enjoy taking it out by myself the most. Notice the emphasis on the I's. This is when I can make it clear that, well, yes, I can be a boater too, and if I can do it, so can all of you. To introduce myself, my name is Delilah Wilken, and I am a first-year student here at Bowling Green State University. I am pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, specializing in sales and services marketing. I have been boating all my life on Lake Erie and can tell you firsthand that it has changed my life. I'm here today to talk to you about how I've broken stereotypes by being a female boater and how that has brought me a whole new skill set. I'm also here to let you know that boating can bring insurmountable happiness and healing to the soul. I mentioned that I received my boater's license at the age of 14. In the state of Ohio, you can obtain a boater's license at the age of 12 or older. I won't dive too deep into the process of that, but I will say that there are two ways to achieve this accomplishment. The first is to take and pass a proficiency exam, and the second is to take an approved course online or in person. Personally, I chose the exam route. I felt that this would better prepare me and really test my knowledge to see if I could handle this achievement. I would like to note that those born after 1982 must have some sort of proof of education to operate watercraft. However, I believe everyone should have the education regardless. Now, I was ecstatic to be a licensed boater. However, driving a boat is much more different than a car. For starters, there are no brakes. And that lesson took some time before I nailed it. Sorry, Dad. Yet, once I did learn it, I had a major confidence boost. To be completely transparent, I feel safer driving a boat than I do a car. I don't stress about getting in an accident or driving defensively. I know what I can control, and that is my main focus. I was lucky to be able to learn how to drive a boat from the best boater I know, my dad. I will always cherish that time spent together. The best part of learning to boat was watching my dad's pride in me grow. I was inspired to become a boater because it's been a lifelong hobby among my family. Our best memories are spent on the water. We love to fish together, go for sunset boat rides, or take our boat to the beach. Getting my boater's license seemed like the best way to create more beautiful memories. When I'm on a boat, I feel closer to both nature and the water. Being able to provide that experience for my friends and family is an unforgettable feeling. Having the pleasure of introducing someone to boating or taking someone for their first boat ride is always an exciting experience. The reason that I was so focused and determined to have a boater's license is simple. Boating brings me more peace than anything else in my life. I would walk off this stage today feeling satisfied if my words reached just one audience member and encouraged them to try boating as a hobby. If just a single person in the crowd could gain the same sense of peace and tranquility I feel when I'm boating, I would be elated. I encourage everyone to look into boating for themselves, and this can even be something as simple as kayaking. Here in Northern Ohio, we need to learn to take these natural resources like Lake Erie and use them to our advantage. Find the beauty in our own backyards. Allow me to walk you through one of my favorite memories. I love to start my summer days on my boat. Waking up and getting right on a boat is my idea of luxury. It doesn't matter what I look like, what I'm wearing, if I even brush my hair. The second I hear the engine kick into gear, I can't help but smile. Cruising across the bay and being one of the only boats on the water is such an incredible and intimate feeling. In that moment, I feel as if I'm one with the water. There are no billboards or flashing signs distracting me like there are on the roads. I love killing the engine and just floating across the water. Dipping my feet in and letting the sun shine down on me is an instant release of dopamine. In one direction, I can watch crowds enjoy the attractions at Cedar Point, but if I turn around, I can watch people enjoying our beautiful downtown Sandusky. As someone who struggles to sit still, I find that being still is very easy when I'm on my boat. I can relax and do nothing, but still feel satisfied and happy with my nothingness. I love listening to the sound of birds chirping or waves splashing alongside my boat. Becoming a boater was the catalyst to this connection I have with nature. It is so important for me to stress that anyone can be a boater. Regardless of race or wealth or age or gender, this is something everyone can enjoy. Many people have questioned my boating abilities, even my family and friends. There has always been a stereotype around female drivers, let alone female boaters. I'm here today to inform you that boating is not just a man's hobby. Whenever I see another female boater cruising across the bay, I feel a sense of pride for both her and I. In fact, this photo was taken from my mom on her boat. Other female boaters always encourage me and say things along the lines of, "Look at you go." I love receiving compliments when people observe me docking my boat by myself or boating on my own, and I love to compliment other women on their skills as well. According to rightboat.com, a boating sales website, the number of women shopping for boats has increased by an incredible 246% from 2017 to 2023. Women in boating is such an incredible feat because it opens so many more channels to future generations of female boaters. Us women need to continue to work together and inspire one another. Creating a safe and welcoming community can help other women to feel confident in their abilities and allows connections to those in the same boat as us. We can teach one another the tricks of the trade so that learning to boat can be made easier. We can aid one another in this new hobby and work together so that our passions and skills can override those stereotypes surrounding us. Some ways to get connected are through social media. Groups like Women on the Water and Women Offshore are great resources for building boating skills. Another group to look into is Ladies Let's Go Fishing. This group has been around since the late 90s to introduce fishing to women, which is another one of my favorite hobbies. A key influencer you can follow as well is Elena Carosu. Her YouTube channel documents her life traveling the world by a sailboat, and she does a wonderful job of showcasing sailing skills. A helpful resource for any new boater is America's Boating Club. They offer courses and seminars on the water for boaters of any skill level. I even read one of their books to help me prepare for my exam. Likewise, On the Water Ohio is a nonprofit organization that promotes education, inclusion, and access to Ohio's waterways. They've featured stories about my family in their magazine spreads. Things you can do to get involved with other boat enthusiasts include joining local Facebook groups for your community or even starting your own. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and be the first one to create an inclusive community. I became a boater because of the connection boating brought me with both nature and with myself. Never once did I think that I couldn't do it because I cared too much to let any doubts get in my way. Sure, people have questioned my skill as a boater, but I've always been sure to prove to them that I can do this too. I'm breaking the stereotype, and all of you can as well. I encourage everyone listening to look into receiving their boating education. Before I could even drive a car, I was driving a boat. Let that sink in for a minute. Even though I had a very early start to boating, it does not mean that window has closed for everyone else. The benefits that come from boating are immeasurable. Being able to indulge in a hobby that provides so much joy and serenity is a true blessing. To all of the women that are listening right now, I want to be that voice of encouragement for you. Put yourself out there. Try new pastimes, new things. I can stand up here today in my pink outfit and my pink heels, but I can go home and operate a boat all by myself as well. Don't let a stereotype stop you. I had one goal today as I walked onto the stage, and that was to leave the audience feeling more confident and inspired to break boundaries. If anything, I'm leaving here feeling more empowered, having had the chance to talk to you all today. The boating industry is changing, one woman at a time. You can make a change too. Thank you.